Okay, we are back trying to get this AI to work for everyone. Right now, if you go to snippets.tscircuit.com and you try to submit something to the AI, what's going to happen is it's going to say an error occurred while generating. So we're going to fix that. I think I also have some pull requests and stuff like that that I can review. Actually, right now I don't have any, but as those come on, if you message on review me in Discord, I'll see them there. If you do have anything you want to show. And with that, let's see. What do I got to do here? Let's do a quick announcement. I got some DMs I should probably look at very quickly. Live again, doing more stuff to enable the AI. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Found this in the soup repo. Mill converts the value to 0.01. Ah, yeah, that's wrong. Nice find. That'll be a good fix. But for what it's worth, I wonder if the circuit JSON dep already fixed this. We renamed tscircuit/soup to circuit JSON. For others, DMs, I never know what to do with the DM. I don't know if I can open up a DM on stream. Sometimes I will, but it's way safer to just put it in a public channel if you think it's something that other people can see. It makes the Discord more lively, so feel free to put it in a public channel. Just mention me. I will probably get to it even faster because I look at public channels before I look at DMs and stuff like that. But, you know, either way is good. Anybody participating, you're doing a great job. So we want to get this AI to work. To that end, let's close some stuff out here. Oh, I also have to... I kind of hopped on the stream a little bit quick. I think I need to put together a tagline for a Hacktoberfest sponsorship thing. Let me see if I can pull that up. I'll just do that on stream. I don't think that's too bad of a thing. Let's see, sponsorship. We're gonna try to get our we're gonna get featured. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so I have to give logos, images, text copy for a site. It's kind of like this. We're going to sponsor somebody who writes about Hacktoberfest swag. So, yeah, we just need a logo. Okay. Little logo, and then a little bit of text. Is that it? Logo, sponsorship, text, and links of your choice. What did they use? They go to their .com. They went to their blog. Okay. We could do that. We could go to the blog. Okay. So let's set this up. It's like impossible to do this without exposing somebody's email. I'll just do a draft in the VS Code Scratchpad. Scratchpad link. That's going to be our link. GitHub link. We'll also add a link to our GitHub. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so what is TS Circuit? Let's see. Where can we find a good byline? Hey, what's your thought about making high-frequency trading algorithms? I don't think about that at all. Build electronic circuit boards, schematics, and PCB layouts. And PCB outs with blah, blah. TS Circuit is a framework that allows you to build electronic circuit boards, schematics, PCB layouts, blah, 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 blah. We do live stream development. I'm just trying to, like, you know, TS circuit. Yeah, we do live stream development and love to chat with contributors on our Discord. I don't know. This is kind of a lame way to do this, but I'm going for it, you know. I feel like I could talk more about the project or something, but really I just want to drive people to those CTAs. It's kind of all I want. Okay, what are you building? Today we're trying to make it so that this AI feature on snippets.tscircuit.com works. So you press this and it's supposed to generate a circuit board for you, but it unfortunately doesn't work. Other parts do work. So for example, you can go to the editor and get a 3D preview of a circuit board and the PCB. And then there's a team working on the schematic as well, or Rashab. Oh, I see some people created things. That's pretty cool. Wow, look at that. I didn't, you know, when I put this here, I didn't actually expect it to ever be populated. So that's kind of cool that we're actually seeing things, even if it is just kind of junk, right? Like, you know, just test boards. But that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see people's AI boards. The AI boards only get saved if you actually save them. We don't save the untitled ones. So, okay, GitHub, and then we'll link to the GitHub. So just preparing this sponsorship post. This will take like 5 minutes. We can link to our home site here. Sounds cool. Thanks. Thank you. I hope it's cool. I hope it's the future of electronic design. That's what I hope. We do live stream and love to chat with contributors on our Discord. MIT licensed open source. Check out our getting started Hacktoberfest getting started guide, and that'll be it. And I'll link to the blog, and then we're done, and then we can do some code. This is what we came here for. All right, that's good. Then I got to get a logo. So TS Circuit actually doesn't really have a logo. It kind of has a logo. It's this blue thing. So we'll send that. Why not? I'm just gonna crop this guy out. Try to get the spacing somewhat decent. There we go. Yeah, you know, maybe should have made a logo. We do have Chippy. Chippy is a thing. But unfortunately, no real logo. Okay, I'm gonna just paste this image into the email. All right. Okay, logo and text snippets attached. Yeah, we'll do this. Nice. Okay, and now on to the coding. What up, amazing bishop? What did you say in Chinese? Niao, maybe? I don't know what this means. Hello? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I should recognize Ni Hao. I guess I did. I think I get the points for it. I was trying to learn a little bit of Chinese a while ago, but I kind of fell off. It's very, yeah, you know, actually, I did enjoy it. It's like, it's actually a fun language to learn because it's so different. But I did fall off on it. My dream is to be able to talk to my girlfriend's parents and then them to tell me that my Chinese is so impressive, even though I've said like 2 things. Cool. All right, more Chinese. Am I just gonna keep pasting this in the Google Translate until I get something offensive, or that like gets my stream banned, like Like, what's it called? Like, if you say anything about Taiwan, I'll probably get in trouble. I am learning Chinese. uh, yeah, I don't really know how that works. But anywho, let's get this thing working. So, high level, what's going on here? The browser actually gets access to the Anthropic client directly, which normally would be a big no-no because it means your secret is in the browser. But what we do is we actually proxy those Anthropic requests through our server, and then we like calculate the usage of each user, and then we can prevent them from like spending too much money essentially. So it's okay, and we're able to do that just by proxying to the Anthropic SDK. So a couple things we want to do in the stream. One is get the balance showing right here. Two is to get this actually working. So that doesn't work. That's not fun. And maybe we'll put limits on, so that people don't spend all my money. Although it's pretty tough. You would have to do a lot of work to spend the money. If we have time, I'd also like to, we have a test suite for our prompts, a benchmark test suite. So that's super cool because what we do is we measure how good the prompts are, how consistent they are at producing accurate TS circuit output. And so it's not just like one prompt that this AI will use. It's actually going to use a lot of prompts. How many people work on this? We have a lot of contributors right now, actually. Let's see. Contribution tracker. Yeah, a lot of people this week. Start of Hacktoberfest. So a lot of people. 1, 2. I really need to sort this too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 people this week. I think we probably have around 20 contributors total. Yeah. Yeah, so let's dive right in. Trying to think if there's anything complex I need to do. I don't think I really... Yeah, let's just jump right into it. So we're already running the backend server, so let's jump to the front-end project. I think a lot of our work is going to be in here. Let's go to the main branch. We're going to run it, but we have to run it in the mode where it doesn't start a fake backend. So we're going to run it in dev registry mode. So that's something that only I should have to do. Other people can just run it in normal dev mode. But because I'm testing it against the sort of production code server, that's why I have to do it. Cool. And now I have to remember how this works. So when you type in here, where does that message go? I think we have a hook, use AI API. And this is the injected API key. We're not going to use that. We're going to do this. Replace on server. And then for our base URL, what is our base URL? Let's say it's Vite registry API URL, or it's dependent on this. Also, Vite is kind of weird. You have to use import.meta.env. Okay. So if it's this, we're going to proxy to Anthropic. I kind of changed some of these endpoints last minute. So Anthropic, because I realized it might be different how you proxy between different services. And otherwise, we're going to do /API/Anthropic. And we'll have to implement a fake version of that soon. Okay. So that should work. Yo, what up, Anurag? What is up? Dude. Dude, what's up? Okay, still nothing. I'm not even seeing HTTP requests. Why is that? Error streaming response. Anthropic API failed to construct URL. Invalid URL. Okay. I need to kill some stuff so I don't accidentally leak on stream. So I'm going to kill my .env file. How can I get this working? Which code editor do you use? This is Cursor. Dev registry, snippets API URL. Sorry, just understanding how this works is tricky. Snippets API URL. It's called two different things, which I don't like. But we can use that. Okay, so snippets API URL. Okay, I think that should work now, but we do have to restart Vibe because maybe I changed the config. I don't really remember. Is it working? Ooh, still not working. Okay, so post request to Anthropic v1 messages failed. I'll make my errors a little bit bigger. Integration is pretty tricky, so also having your console too big is tricky. Okay. What did it fail with? Does that say a CORS error? Let me see if sometimes if you hover over these, it says connection refused. I feel like it's going to the wrong URL. Localhost 5173. It shouldn't be going there. Are there any validation generated on the board/circuits? There is a little bit of validation. There's Zod validation on props, for example, but we're going to do a lot more validation in the future. I think the validation is really, really critical because you can give the AI that feedback and it can fix the board for you. So like, yeah, we need a lot more validation. Actually, I think validation is more important than the AI that generates the boards. I think even AI that validates is more important, checking for correctness. I don't think you can build generative AI without really strong validation. That being said, like the decision to have generative AI so early in the product lifecycle has to do with it's actually easier to onboard AI to TS Circuit than to onboard humans. And so, because it's like web developers have to learn so much at once. So hopefully this kind of bootstraps humans, and then we can start thinking about validation, and we can think about, okay, let's make this AI smarter than us, essentially. Like, let's make this AI better at building boards. So kind of making that path to where we can do validation. Yeah, validation is incredibly important. I realize heat. I'm in a room with AC right now, and I realized heat makes me panic. Like, like I'll literally like want to move faster when there's heat. Does anybody know if I can make this waterfall go away? This is so annoying. This thing always annoys the hell out of me. I never use the waterfall. I probably use the waterfall like it looks pretty, but I probably use it like, honestly, I don't think I've ever used it now that I think about it. and yet it's always there taking up valuable screen real estate. How the F do you make this go away? I don't think you can. Yeah, that's a crazy decision to always show the waterfall. It just looks pretty. I'm pretty sure they did it just because it looks pretty. Just a bit curious, what model do you use for the generation? We're going to be using Sonnet and Haiku exclusively. And that is from laziness. I actually think Owen Preview would be able to do board architecture better than anything else. I think it would be amazing. And we might add the option to be able to use it. But it's just a lot of work right now to set that up. I'd rather get something that is more predictable, because Owen Preview is a little bit less predictable. It's so smart, you know. We're basically going to be making a lot of prompt templates for Sonnet. Hopefully later in the stream, we're going to be doing benchmarking against them, and we'll just like literally tell Sonnet everything it needs to know. And then later we'll use Owen Preview and whatever comes out. Claude, they might release a new, you know, Sonnet or Opus pretty soon, Anthropic. So, but it's hard to build support for both APIs at once. I think a lot of people would, but not me. So what's confusing me right now is it feels like this isn't being detected. I feel like the right base URL isn't being used. So I'm just gonna double check that. No, that's right. That's right. Okay. So it is going to our local server. See how you have to do dangerously allow browser? That's because usually if you're using a browser with the Anthropic SDK, you are about to get hacked. But I think I did this in a pretty secure way. So, hi, are you implementing some kind of rate limit algorithm? Welcome, Marco. Welcome to the channel. Yes, we will be doing some rate limiting stuff, although not like your conventional one. We're doing token limits. So it's more like balance and budget limits for AI APIs. So we will be doing that. Right now, I'm trying to figure out why this isn't proxying correctly to our server. So as usual, getting stuck on the most fun of problems. Or maybe it is proxy. All right, let's look at the network one more time. So when I refresh this page, it makes a request. And then it's saying that connection is being refused. Let's take a look at our server. Connection being refused. I don't think it's being hit. Oh, it's because it's running on port 300 right now. Let's just fix that. Welcome, integration hell. Always integration hell. I feel like that's where I've been for the past 3 days. It's finally coming together, though, so I'm happy about that. I like to keep very like each project has a dedicated port. That's how I like to run my projects. So I'm going to make it use 3100. And then I think I have some other places in the code that I just need to adapt. Yeah. Just so that it doesn't get confused. And I always start with, I think 3020 is what I always start with for my ports. If anybody from Seam is here, it's like an Easter egg, basically, that the main Seam project runs on 3020. So I'm carrying through that legacy. All right, we got a little further now. So we got a CORS policy issue. CORS policy. So that's not bad. That's really easy. No need to get scared of that. Once you understand CORS, you just hate it, but you do not fear it. So most of our API endpoints automatically take care of CORS, but because this is like a streaming proxy pass-through, I didn't worry about it, but we can handle it pretty easily. I implemented a rate limit for the WS socket with a bucket algorithm. Now I am curious. With a bucket algorithm. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that sounds stateful. It sounds like your WebSocket server is stateful, but we're doing everything serverless, so we don't have any statefulness, so we're going to be using databases. This is actually going to be relatively a pretty slow algorithm because we're calling to Postgres every time, but it's kind of NBD. Okay, so if request.method is options, then we need to do CORS header stuff. Oh, allow anywhere. So, little known thing about core is doing the star for allow anywhere is no bueno. It's not going to work. You have to reflect the origin of the request. Just a fun little annoying thing about cores. And then I feel like we have to have some allowed headers too. Allowed headers. By the way, I saw your project and it is so good. Even I would add a way to code manually. You can code manually. If you go to editor, if you just click editor, you can code manually. We're going to add a this is an issue. If somebody wants to take this is a hard issue. Switch to CodeMirror TS. So CodeMirror TS is a project by Veiltown, which is an excellent project, Veiltown. And it is a TypeScript editor that actually does type checking. Incredible. And incredible that they open source this. So huge shout out to these guys. They're amazing. Oh, I didn't know they licensed this under ISC. ISC is like MIT. ISC versus MIT. I actually forget the differences. They're both permissive. ISC removes language that is no longer necessary after the Berne Convention. Okay. Oh, so ISC is actually slightly simpler. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. Without type completion, I am lost. I need AI completion, and not having type completion is like it's like, where am I? This is hell. Facts. Agreed. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna close some stuff. Cool. Cores. So I exported allowed headers. We're gonna put that in here. And I think we did it. I think that's cores. My knowledge of front end is 0. Marco, get your head in the game. Get that front end knowledge. You have everything you need to learn front end. AI is here. If you don't think AI is coming for you because you don't know front end, actually front end might be one of the better things to know, because I write both front end and back end with AI, and it's excellent at both. But if you have a well-designed back end, holy moly, does AI is so friggin' good at it, because most back ends are just piping data around. AI can be so good at backends. It's insane. I don't know. Are we still getting a Corsair? Air streaming. Access to fetch has been blocked. Request header field X stainless OS is not allowed. Oh my gosh. Anthropic is going to have some huge list of headers that they need. I didn't think about this. Bug React. I'm using HTMX with Golang and I enjoy it. I haven't tried HTMX in a really serious fashion. I've used it on some small projects. I don't know, man. React is great. It's like, I don't know. I do server-side React. So server, yeah, I'm with you on the autocorrect. I try to disable autocorrect everywhere. The day that autocorrect gets my name right, I might consider turning it on. I need to know all the headers. Oh, man. Just trying to see if I can hack out the headers from the request. Oh, there we go. What the heck is X stainless? You guys ever heard of this? Stainless. X stainless. Oh, also X API key. Someday autocorrection will be AI. I hope so. And then I'll be super famous and it'll be like, oh, Severin. Of course that's what you meant. Anthropic proxy headers. Or Anthropic headers. All right. Whoops. I'm very curious what X stainless is. Okay, so we're going to allow all those. Cores used to be worse to debug. There was a big fight. Like, there were lots of big fights where people couldn't figure out how much information they wanted to expose inside the console with cores. And so there was like a big fight. And so it would change every 2 years in browsers. And that's why people got so frustrated with cores, because you couldn't consistently, like tutorials would like not work anymore. Header disallowed by pre-flight response. So it's still complaining. Header disallowed by pre-flight response. Sometimes cores caches. What header? Just tell me the header, and I will give you that header. Okay, so we can do curl with method options and send a request, and then that won't return anything. But then if we add -v, it'll return all of our things, and we can make sure that they're all getting added. And it does appear that they are all getting added. So then what we do is we go down here and we right click, we do copy is curl, and we go back to our terminal, and we paste, and then we go up because it doesn't copy the post request, or copies the it copies the post request, not the pre-flight. So we add X options to make it a pre-flight. And then we do that, and we get some stuff. Wait, why didn't hold on? Maybe can't you see the pre-flight request? I don't know how to see the, maybe I have it disabled. I don't see a pre-flight right here. I only see the normal requests. I think there is a way to show pre-flight, but I can't remember. Overview. Oh, that's how you turn off the waterfall. It's called the overview. Man, F that thing. Oh, big request rows. That's interesting. Never saw these options before. I don't mind that, actually. Oh, you know what? I bet it's not inside fetch/XHR. Here it is. Okay, there's the pre-flight. I mean, but here's the thing is it looks like we're giving all the headers. How hard is the issue for the editor change? I don't know. I haven't looked into TS Code Mirror. My guess is it's like, I don't know. My guess is if I did it, it would take 30, 40 minutes. And so if you're not super familiar, it might take 2 hours, 3 hours. You really just got to paste stuff to AI, though. It'll make your life better and more consistent. So access control, request headers. So basically one of these. Oh, wait, these are the headers it's requesting, and we're not giving all of them. So for example, we're not giving Anthropic dangerous direct browser access. Okay. Good call. Who was that? Who just suggested I try to find the pre-flight? You're a GG. Okay, and I think everything else we have. That was a really good suggestion. Yeah, because this header isn't in the actual request. All right, let's try again. Oh! Didn't work. All right. There's our pre-flight. Okay, now we're getting bad requests. So we have graduated past pre-flights. Baited. Thank you, Bahop. Let's see. 400 bad requests. Oh, I think I know why. Why is the response so shitty, though? Sorry, crappy. YouTube stream eliminated. Yeah, I think part of the reason, I think I have to manually go to YouTube and select that my streams are not for children, or else they don't show up on regular algorithms. That's my suspicion, and I never do that. Can't you see anything on the server? Yeah. No, I for sure can, but I just don't like it when the like response is bad. So I'm just kind of complaining. Like I'd rather make sure that the error is not bad. Where do we send a 400? Yeah, like I don't know. There should be JSON in the response if we're sending a 400. I don't know. Just annoys me. But yeah, the server has something here. Yeah, it's saying the provided session token is invalid. Oh, so it's erroring here actually. So we can do a catch and then make it a little better. Ooh, can we? Yeah, we can do this. We'll do catch and then we'll return error. Yeah. That should do it. Now we should get a better error message. Or not. I don't know why that doesn't work. Well, anyway. It seems like I'm just not giving the authorization header. So we just put that here in our Anthropic client. It's a cool thing about the Anthropic client is they like thought maybe people would do this, so they allow you to throw in these headers. So we say authorization bearer, bearer, and then we can give a session token from our server. So use global store. This is like all of our session information, session token. maybe slightly better name on this session token. I want to see if YouTube is telling me to mark this thing as not for kids. Let's see. By the way, thanks for all the subscriptions. A bunch of people subscribed. I didn't have subscribers before, so thank you. Live video. Go to video analytics. I never use this tool. I have no idea what's going on. I guess it's not asking me for if this is a children thing, so I'll drop it. All right, we got our authorization attached there, so this should work now. Or not. I don't recommend setting your stream for kids. Or right, or not for kids. Whatever. You don't think kids would love to see whatever this is? Debugging CORS errors. Debugging CORS errors for children. Okay, there's my session. So authorization is getting sent up. Oh my gosh, it sucks so much that this error sucks. Oh, you know why? It's because fetch is super weird. I forgot about this. Fetch is super weird, and even if you get an error code, it does an error. I forgot about that. That's an Axios thing. Okay, so we'll say if status is between 200, if status is a 200 whatever, then return r.json. Otherwise, return error, where error is error message r.text. Just doing some pseudocode. Whoever thought pseudocode, what you did in college and were annoyed by, would be useful. Gotta make this async. Sounds good to me. I mean, I would have enjoyed this as a kid, but I don't think a lot of other kids would. Well, that's who I'm looking for, the friggin' weirdos. Want to use OFetch? I know it's really good. Why don't you use OFetch? All right, maybe take some of that medicine for yourself. Okay, you don't come to my stream and tell me to use OFetch. I don't even know what that library is. A better fetch works on Node. Oh, it's got 4K stars. It's pretty cool. If it gets more popular, maybe. I'm an Axios person, even though Axios is old. But I really like Axios' API. I like most of Axios' API. This still does not return errors. I feel like I'm just wasting time on this. Why doesn't this work? You know, at this point, let's just look at the server. I give up. Let's just look at the server. Ooh, server doesn't have any logs. Wait a second. Okay, 401 error code invalid token. This might just be because my session is invalid. Yeah, I probably don't error properly for invalid session. I have to re-log in. Why does this not work? Login is broken? Hold on, thinking. I definitely debugged this yesterday. It's a GitHub login. Why would GitHub login be broken? Does it work over here? I think it works. On the main site. Oh, it does work. And I got my beautiful little logo. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. So, guess we're going to be debugging SSO login. Ooh. Thinking. Why would this break? Internal OAuth GitHub author. Oh, I know why. This happens if you don't have your GitHub secrets set. All right. Wow, that would have been a rabbit hole. I am glad I remembered that. So we're going to use Doppler to load in some environment variables. And then restart next. Oh, port 3000 not found on path. Cannot remember syntax of this. Let's see. Fix the syntax for start next. Good luck. Now that is my definition of fun. I don't think you can do that flag with next dev, this -p flag. I don't think that works. I think that's a lie. Bunx next dev help. Oh, it does have the -p flag. I swear it did not used to have the -p flag, but that is much better. All right, let's do it. This is going to fix it. We will not be debugging SSO today. I actually really like GitHub login. Every time it breaks, I'm extremely upset. But for the most part, it's friggin' amazing. Like, look at that. Just signs in. AI, just better. Yeah, AI is nice. Yeah, for that little AI script, correct? Yeah, I'm remembering the flags for sure. All right, let's click battery-powered flashlight. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that flashing. That's exactly what I want. Oh, yeah. Flash. All right, we got it. So, kind of feel like I should push this live. I mean, that's a pretty good start. I feel like I should ship it. Like, yeah, stuff is super broken, but like, you know, people are already messing around with this. I saw some trending snippets, although I have none because this is my local instance, but I feel like we should just ship that. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so I got some environment variables to configure. Snippets API URL. I think I have to configure a Anthropic API key. So slightly boring for a moment as I configure these, but oh, I think I also have to merge some PRs, I guess. So fix Anthropic streaming. Oh, you know what? We're going to add the balance. Let's add the balance first. So fix Anthropic streaming with session token. I can't remember what I fixed. Let's see. We wanted to do the balance. The thing is with the balance, which CSS do you need for this? I have no idea. Oh, Tailwind. Yeah. Okay. So we need an endpoint in the server that lets you get your balance. In order to show the balance up there. So what would that be? Accounts. So introduce /accounts/get account balance that returns account balance, monthly AI, budget used USD. That's pretty good. What else? What else? Is that it? Use the user's personal org ID to find the associated balance. Yeah, I think that's good. I need to make my terminal text bigger. Create new file. Yes. Okay, now we're going to add tests. And please create a test for, what was it? Accounts/get account balance. And then we'll need to implement the front end. What is the front end for this? So I think that, where's that drop down menu? Is this it? Dashboard settings sign out. That looks right. So drop down menu item. It's not going to be clickable. I'm just going to set it to, it's kind of all fake right now. So we'll I'll do $5. Yeah. And then we need to get the balance. I'm going to have AI write the hook for that. I will be headed off for the night. Thanks for the chat and hope to see you around. Likewise, thanks for dropping in. Get account balance test.ts. Yes. Run the test. Ooh, failure. Why'd it fail? Fix the test. See what it wrote. Account balance test. Oh, we don't, that's not a model we support here. Ooh, somebody, I shouldn't have edited this right when that happened. Let's close it. Account balance test. Do that. Okay, still failing. Everything here looks pretty good. Hello, Vichata. What's going on? How you doer? This looks pretty okay. No complaints about this test. Let's check out the code for the endpoint. Get account balance. First day of month. Get a month as an integer. Simple bug. Surprised it couldn't figure it out itself. Okay. We are passing. We can run the full suite real quick to make sure nothing's broken. Cool. All right. Add get account balance. And then we're just going to rebuild our server. And then this guy should be able to use it now. So over here, we're going to ask AI to add a hook. So I'm going to add source, introduce a hook that allows getting the current account balance. The endpoint is /accounts/get account balance. And it returns an object account balance where account balance is equal to monthly something. Can't remember. Monthly AI budget used USD. I'm good. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet your channel. That is true. I'm an abstract channel. Nice to meet you as well. Welcome. If you're interested in contributing to TS Circuit, I do reviews on stream of PRs. We've got a bunch of contributors this month. Just go to blog.tscircuit.com. All the stuff is there. Ooh, got a message in the old Discord. Didn't know you can modify a component's location. Should we add port hints to solder paste? It's a good question. I think maybe not. Let me think. Huh. I think it might be simpler to avoid it if we can. I can see why this code would break, though. I think SMTPad should have a method like set position after layout or something like that already, where you could move the solder paste as well as the pad. Do you have a link for your Discord server? If you go to tscircuit.com, it's in the header. So that's probably the easiest way to get there. I can't actually chat back right now, but this chat button in the header will be there. But it's tscircuit.com/join if you want to join. Yeah. There's a lot of contributors. We track contributors automatically. So we have a ton of contributors this month. And then we also have a Hacktoberfest challenge, and you can win a hat. So if you want to win a hat with Chippy on it, you know, just get those contributions in. Okay, where were we? Took a couple detours there. No problem. Just gather that train of thought. We built the server, so we now have access to account balance, which should show up there. So we want to open the UI, which is here. And then it's giving us a hook with the AI. That's right. I was impatient, so I didn't wait for the AI to finish. Oh, look, it's even editing this file. It's going to try to implement it for us. Okay. I don't like how explicit it is with that AI budget thing. Okay. So, ooh, I don't know if I like that location. It's not bad, though. I don't hate it. I don't know. I don't like the idea of like shoving somebody's used budget in their face. It almost makes it seem like that's like an important aspect rather than just like a thing to prevent abuse. Let's put it inside the drop down. I get it though. I get it. AI usage, we'll call it. Nice. Oh wait, why is there no oh yeah, so slash out of $5. And then I'm gonna just style this a little bit. So I want it to be like not super important looking. Something like that. I also don't want this to be something you can hover over. That looks like it's clickable. Disabled? Yeah, there we go. I don't know. That seems pretty good to me. I don't hate it. That was really the main thing I wanted before I ship. Oh, you know what else would be nice? An empty state right here. Because I keep going to this page and I'm like, what do I do? Because 10-track mind. Let's see, what can we do there? Also possibly seeing some incoming reviews. Yeah, we got an incoming review. Let's do it. A J, an N, NJEFT transistor. What the heck is an NJEFT? Oh, I see. Wait, a JFET? This should be an NJFET. See if the code looks okay. Also, make sure to run bun test to generate the snapshot. Is that symbol even right? NJFET. NJFET schematic. There actually are many. So gate, source, drain. This is where things get a little bit tricky. You have to make sure it's correct. Gate, source, drain. Can you add gate, source, and drain here? Yeah, that's pretty important. I realize we're not really checking for these. I should post that on the Discord. Yeah. Let's do a little Discord post. Forgot to mention this, but it's pretty important to put the other labels on pins. Otherwise, they won't work the way people expect them to with TS Circuit. We may want to display these aliases in the SVG in the future. All right. Good review. Good review. Good PR. Let's add this empty state, and then we'll ship this, and everybody can use the AI. So empty state on this page, empty state. What should we do here? I believe this is the AI chat interface component. And this is where the chat messages are. What does that look like? Submit a prompt to get started. Text, XL, 3XL. Let's make it real big. I don't really like that. Just 1XL. Text center. MT8. We're just styling this guy up. Man, I really don't like that font. Do flex column, item center. Just setting this up so I can put a big arrow. Put a giant down arrow. Okay. Seems pretty good to me. I don't love how this is centering itself. I could try to do margin top. Yeah, like 30 viewport height, something like that. Yeah, there we go. That'll probably be pretty accurate most of the time. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so show account balance. It's kind of it. Show account balance. Empty state for AI chat interface. Okay, so we got a PR open here. So we'll merge that and that'll go live. I have to configure some of these environment variables for the AI to work live. So I'm going to do that kind of in the background here. Yeah, I got to go to Vercel. Let's see. You know what I'll do? Show big version of me. Big version of me when I'm configuring environment variables. It's just the way it is. All right. What do we need here? We got to throw in an Anthropic API key, which means I need to create a new Anthropic API key. And then I should really have like a separate workspace for this too. Anthropic has different workspaces, which lets you control the budget of each workspace. So we'll call this, I don't know, basically call this like snippets production. Create an API key. I don't know. Deploy key snippets or deploy key registry. Throw that into Vercel. Okay. Is that it? Any other environment variables to configure? Registry API URL, I think was one of them. We're going to find out. We're going to test it on prod and see that things aren't working and have to redeploy a bunch. No, that's working. Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good about it. Okay. So we got our API key in there. Is that it? Format failure. Wow. Sometimes when AI generates code, I don't reformat it. So that's when you get stuff like that. Let's go over here, bun run format. Format AI hook. This guy also needs a PR, I think. Okay. Let's make sure this is passing all of its tests. Didn't pass last time. Got a type check failure. It's always the AI code. Some problems up here. Are you sure you can't find that? That seems like something you should be able to find. These do not feel like real issues to me. I might sound late asking this, but what did you use to create a PR in the terminal? I used the GitHub command line tool. GitHub CLI. It's awesome. Definitely speeds up workflows. And if you do -- draft, you can create a draft in your CLI. So definitely speeds up your workflow. Would highly recommend. I want to say our type error over here was a fluke. So I think I fixed all the type errors. Fix type error. Okay. So we got 2 PRs across 2 repos we got to merge. So we're just going to keep checking them until they pass. Okay, this one's passing now. So that should go live. And then after this, we'll implement limits. Failed to deploy to Vercel failed type check. Okay, apparently I did not fix all the problems in this. Okay, we got a couple problems. Oh, open. There we go. Month is not assignable to parameter. Blah, 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 blah. Why? What is it? It's a number. Month is a number too. I have no idea what this is going on about. Thanks. Yo, I loved it. I will definitely use that. LOL, anything you can do from the terminal is much better than GUI. I really appreciate it. TNX. No problem. Minor type fixes. Is this one passing? All right, so snippets, we got the front end merge. We're waiting on the back end. We also have to migrate the database, which could cause problems. So we'll do that migration. Can also mark this out of draft. AI usage and admin pages. Improve a title. Why not? While you're waiting. Why not improve a title? Okay, now type check is passing. So we're just waiting on Vercel to deploy. I'm going to do a quick bathroom run while this is deploying. We don't need 5 minutes, maybe 1 minute. Whoops. Ah. That is a very janky timer. All right. Timer on. BRB. Let's hope this deployed. Oh, it already deployed. Well, whatever. Whoa, that is loud. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. So we can merge our PR now for the back end. So that will deploy our backend to prod. And then while that's going on, I will migrate the production database. So how migrations work in this particular project is there's some Doppler configuration. So I just do db prod migrate. All the migrations passed. We're good to go. Just a very simple setup for now. The reason to not have migrations run on GitHub Actions, by the way, never have your database URL locally, but since this is using Doppler, it should be fine. But the reason to not have the migrations be automatic, if you don't have a lot of people merging migrations, is because a lot of times there are manual errors that have to be resolved if you're adding constraints at the very beginning of a company, which is the case now, or a project. Okay, let's see. So should just work. Seems to be working. My AI usage is showing up. Let's test the AI. Wow, this is that's terrible. That responsiveness is killing me. Blinking LED. Oh no. Server might not have deployed yet. Blinking LED. Bad request on prod. By the way, the save snippet button doesn't work. That's actually a pretty hard one. The saving is easy, but the other stuff after is kind of messed up. Okay. Let's see. How can we debug this guy? Without sharing too much, since it's a prod error. I'm going to pull up the Vercel logs. And then if they look safe, I'll show them. But since this is prod now, it's always a little bit awkward showing the logs. Oh, even the account balance is failing. I think... Yeah, even the account balance seems to be failing. Let's find that Where's that? Get account balance? Response? Oh, no, it's working. Maybe these logs are just delayed before the database migration finished. I don't think there's anything bad here, so I'll show it like very briefly, but this is what I'm looking at. These are the Vercel logs. This is what they look like. So what I'm looking for is that failed request. I guess I can show this. I'll just freak out if something bad shows and cry. All right, so if I submit something to the AI, we should see it in our Vercel logs. Blinking LED. See, we are getting some. Oh well, there's the error. I really don't want to leak an API key. We'll just keep playing with fire. There's no data in this. Where's the data? Oh, all right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the deployment and look at the log stream instead. So far, this looks safe. This is the log stream for the deployment. It kind of is the same, though. And then we see this, no token. Message no token. But that's going on account balance. This authenticates with sessions, so maybe the issue is use account balance. Maybe in this hook. Yeah, we don't authenticate. So I have no idea why that works at all. Oh, wait, no, we use Axios, so that should be authenticating. If we use Axios, it throws in the session, so that should work. Man, I might need an actual log processor. I don't know if I can get away with Vercel's logs. It's also possible that Anthropic is the one actually giving me the 400. So we try to proxy to Anthropic, but it's actually giving me the 400. This kind of looks okay. It is tough without the logs. Also, I don't know how logging works with edge functions because I don't use edge functions very often. I'm only using this because I have to. Hmm. Oh, I didn't set this. Internal registry API key. I knew there was another environment variable I needed to set. I don't think that's the problem, but I might as well set it. Just generating some random passwords. Okay. I'm also seeing some other issues. I can't show any of this. It's all environment variables now. I'm sorry. Just gonna switch to my green screen. It's nothing I can do. We're deep in environment variable land. All right. We're gonna reset our Anthropic API key. Okay. Gonna try to trigger a redeploy. $400. Yeah, because we don't know if it's the internal domain. By the way, I guess it's going to be using this Vercel URL, which is going to change on production. A little worried about that. This would be more consistent. Registry. Because I can kind of control this one a little better. Registry API URL or Vercel URL. Yeah. It's all about them environment variables. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to Hail Mary this fix in. Registry API URL fix. I don't know if I can add some more console log lines, kind of debug this. We'll see. I'm seeing, I think I might have some more reviews to do. So let's pull up some of these reviews. JFATs. Okay. Nice. Oh, but not perfect. Hold on. All right. So always lowercase, and then we do want to keep the 1, 2, 3. Three. Always lowercase. We also always want to keep the pin numbers. Okay, and then there was something else. I just want to confirm that this is the actual order. So that would be the worst thing if people didn't put on the right, like, okay. So N channel JFET, we have gate, source, drain. So this is correct. Okay, cool. See comment / suggestion. After that, looks good to go. So merge after making those changes. We have another PR coming in. Oh, no, that is it for now. So we can get right back to it, figuring out what the heck is up with this server. I think I just deployed a new version, maybe. So let's see, blinking LED. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it was a base URL. It was like a Vercel URL issue. Apparently, I don't know. I have to look up what the value of that is in production. But this looks great. Oh, wow. It even generated a valid PCB. Not bad. Yeah, you can see that there's some overlapping here. The holes not lined up with the 3D model is a bug in Footprinter that this guy Anas is working on. So shout out to Anas. Looking forward to that fix. But this is now working. So that's great. AI generated circuits, although kind of bad. So, wow, yeah, that's working in prod. Crazy. And then my balance should have gone up. Okay, I got to use more of this. So, move the dip component away from the resistors / capacitors. Okay, moved it in a weird direction, but I'll take it. Yeah, okay, not bad. That trace goes to, or that via, the trace isn't drawn on the bottom for some reason. Wonder if that's a bug with the 3D viewer. Bottom traces are not drawn. Also, why don't I have a logo? I just realized I have a logo locally, but then not in prod. I don't know what's up with that. I should have a logo on my little tab. Without that save snippet button working, this is not super great. So I definitely want that to be fixed. Let's give this code as a reproduction. TS circuit snippets. It's really all about reproductions. We can jump in here and add a screenshot as well. This is a good first issue. Hacktoberfest eligible. Eligible. All right. Let's see. What else can we do here? We could do the save snippet button. I would like that. It's a lot to think about, though, how that's going to work. I also really want to do the prompt benchmarking. I feel like there's a lot we can do there to make it just generally reply better. So I think that's how I would stack rank it. Also, when you're in the editor, so we just made a when you're in the editor, what I'd like to do is have a button that's just like edit with AI somewhere. And then it goes to that AI view with the circuit you have. So I would like that. Also the opposite, like going to the editor from here. So save snippet, go to editor. Yeah, I guess we could do that for a minute. Just make this a little bit more useful, give people the ability to share the AI snippets. Also, apparently I still haven't used the balance. I think it would take a while to use the balance. It might be over 100 circuits to get the $5. And then as the stream title suggests, I think we also need to gate how much people are allowed to use. Also, there's this bug where TSX sometimes shows up there while it's generating, which annoys me. It doesn't put on power ports a lot. There's just like so many issues. There's so many things, but you know, we've got the basics. It's kind of funny because it's really not that like there's not that much going on, but it seems a little bit more impressive just because you get this 3D preview. Like I feel like the 3D preview makes it look a lot more impressive. That's how it's going to be like with this generally. Like you'll be able to say make an iPad and it'll basically just be importing a module. It'll be like 5 lines of code, but then it'll make this thing that like makes it look like you're a genius or something. Or at least I hope that's how it is. All right, let's do some stuff. Save snippet, go to editor. That seems like pretty good stuff. So we'll check out main. And then AI chat improvements. Add button next to save snippets called go edit edit in editor. It's kind of weird. Open in editor. It might be able to implement the save snippets thing. I guess the problem is with save snippets is it's gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna have to name it. It's gonna have to give it a name. So I think we would want to generate the name with AI, or maybe we use the whatever the name of the export is, because like it always gives a pretty good export name. We could ask it to look at the code and then give it a package name based on the code. Or we could just show the yeah. We could also pop up a dialogue and like ask the user to name it. I'd prefer to do the AI name approach. So like the default name. Or we could, actually, I don't think we have to give it a name. It'll just get an untitled name to start with. So we could probably do that. We could do server-side AI to generate the name in the future. AI everywhere. Okay, let's stop going on that website's version and use our local version. And now we have open an editor, so that's good. Kind of don't like the size of that button. I don't know why, but that pencil looks really big to me. Hmm. I don't know. I kind of like it when the icons are like slightly faded. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, not faded enough. No, nowhere near enough. 60. That chic look. All right. Yeah, okay. So then we want to implement save snippet. So implement save snippet. That's a tricky one. I'm gonna do a checkpoint. Let's do a checkpoint before we do that so we can revert. I think that's a pretty hard one. Okay, so implement save snippet in ai.tsx. This file needs to be broken up probably. Very curious to see how it does this. Because you kind of have to do some state management. If you already have a snippet, Okay, so use save snippet, blah, 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 is loading. Okay. It also, like, wrote a little bit of comment code here. So we could do that. I think what we would actually do, though, is if not saved, save it first, then open in editor. Save snippet code board. Yeah. It kind of depends. Like, yeah, I guess for now it's always going to be a board. That's a good call. So what does this do? Save snippet. Oh my gosh. Mutate async, mutation function, snippets create. Yep. Then it returns the snippet after. So what if we already have a snippet? So we'll do snippet ID, set snippet ID. Oh, we don't want to navigate. It's navigating to the editor once we save. We don't want to do that. We'll set the snippet ID. I think we need the same thing except for update snippet. So I'll say if snippet ID update snippet to do update snippet. And I think there's this to do too. Okay. The other thing is, since we can Yeah, it's going to get a little bit jank, but if we have the snippet ID and we're able to use it, we should load it in. Because what we can do is display the title and stuff like that. And then we can have this initially loaded from the URL too. So snippet ID from URL, like that. Say snippet ID from URL. So that way you can go to the AI page and use it as an editor. All right. It's getting a little crazy, but I think we're in a good place. That also means your initial code is going to be different. So, we almost need like a... Yeah, it's tricky. We can do use effect, code, and snippet. If not code and snippet, set code, snippet.code. So if the code is blank, then we're going to set the snippet. And I can add just as an additional like check if the snippet ID is in the URL. Because like theoretically you could like, the code could be empty at some point and the snippet would say, I don't know. But I think that will make things good. Although, yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Lots of cases to think of. So saving a snippet should work now, but you won't really know it's saved. Where can I display? Maybe I'm almost thinking like another toolbar up here might be cool if the snippet is saved. So above the messages. So that's inside the AI chat interface, I guess. Existing snippet. Is that the best way to do this? Yeah, why not? Oops. I kind of like to keep these more minimal, so we'll do snippet ID here. It's been a long time since I've seen something built using React, but seen this bring memories. I'm still a beginner. I got the chance to contribute to Vue components, and I get assigned. Nice. Yeah, I haven't really used Vue very much. I'm definitely a React person. To create a unit test via vtest. And then I really like the ecosystem of Vue. I think Vue is cool, but the reason I don't love Vue is I think React is a much bigger idea than just web. Like there's React Native, there's React VR, there's 3 Fiber, which is 3D for React. So like I don't like the idea. I like the idea of a universal language. The same way JavaScript is a universal language. I like the idea of React being a universal language. But watching you do these great things, really amazing. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of work, but it's great to just have people to encourage you. So, you know, that's what we do it for. Praise, really. What else is there? Oh my gosh, this max token limit is huge. Okay, so snippet ID, we're going to try to display above the messages, which I believe is here, the kind of like toolbar for the snippets. So I'm going to say flex. I'm going to say padding 4, We're going to make it rounded. Yeah. And this is only going to show up if we have a snippet. Because we're using React Query, it might seem weird that I didn't pass the snippet down, but because we're using React Query, this is basically a zero cost. It's going to use a cache for that snippet ID. So it's basically zero cost. And so I like to keep the React components only have like pure JavaScript stuff as inputs. Because with React Query, there's not tons of overhead to making the same request twice. It doesn't actually make the request. We're just going to throw the snippet name in here for now. So let's see what that looks like. So we haven't saved this snippet yet, so there's nothing there, but I'll say blinking LED. We should also disable saving if it's empty. Okay, it's generating. Kind of surprised at how consistently... Oh, spoke too soon. Somebody is working on improving this error. They're taking a long time. I don't mean to call them out, but it has been some time. Let's see. Add better error message. Did they fix the stuff? Ooh, I think they fixed the stuff. Okay, looks good. Can you introduce a simple test? So we're waiting on their test. Function not found. Yeah, it looks good, but I don't trust it without a test. But we are dying for that. Who is that? I feel like he was here in chat. Chirag, man, maybe not. We need it. We want it. Right. Save snippet. Let's see if this works. Snippet saved, and then this appears up here at the top. I hate how this you guys can't see it. It's like a toast in the bottom right. I do not like that location of a toast. Shad CN, how to move toast to top center. I want toast to be in your face. That actually looks really easy. Toaster. Let's get these production logs out of there. We don't need that. Toaster. There is no position prop. Toast. Toast title, toast description. Maybe this has position. Doesn't have a position prop. Toast variance. Default destructive. Okay. We're just diving in. Reckless abandon. Toast primitives. Where does that come from? Toast primitives. So that's imported from React Toast. Radix UI / React Toast. Blows my mind people think that that's good to have it in the bottom right, where it can so easily be missed. Madness. Duration, type, as child. I see lots of properties. Oh, come on. Are you serious? You can't reposition this? You've got a million things except for the ability to reposition. I mean, I kind of get it. It's for consistent... Radix UI, React Toast, move to center middle. Open issue. The positioning of the toast is entirely your decision. Like all Radix primitives, it comes unstyled, so you can make those design decisions yourself. Okay. Okay, there's somebody's got it in a pretty nice position. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, it's a nice looking element. How do you do it? Toast root. I'm looking for something that sets a position somewhere. Toast root styled. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Toast container, toast description, blah, blah, blah. Toast viewport. Okay. Interesting. Toast primitives viewport, fixed position, right. Okay, so that's correct. So toast viewport. Oh, there it is. Toast viewport. Wait a second. Oh, weird. All right, toast viewport fixed, top 0, Z100. Okay, so max H screen. I think because it's flex column reverse is what's doing it. I could be wrong. But I think flex column reverse would have that behavior. So let's see if that moves it to the top right. Save snippet. Nope. Maybe I need to refresh though. Gah. I think you can customize the CSS. I mean, that's what I'm going for. Let's look at, let's try to understand the breakdown of this element. List item, container, this is the fixed. This is, I believe, the toast, you know, whatever, the toast, what's its face? It does look like it's on the bottom. Bottom 0. I don't know. I guess I just don't understand its responsive behavior because it moves to the top when you're mobile. And then on desktop, it's on the bottom. So let's undo that. Reverse is fine. Although I'm not 100% sure, but I think reverse is fine. I think we remove this SM behavior. And then that's fine. I think this bottom 0 we want to remove. Someone solved. I attached an issue URL. Psh, I solved. Boom. Oh. Wait a second. Did I break it? No. I was sure I had the solution. Okay. Hold on, I got this. I got this. I got this. I don't need no help. I don't need help from nobody. Why does that not show? It's such a tiny little change. It's such a tiny little itsy bitsy change. Top 0. Small top 0. I think it's this. Top auto. Ah, I got it. Yeah, check me out. No help needed. No assistance needed. That is kind of annoying when it's kind of hovering over your buttons in your profile and stuff like that. That is pretty annoying. Let's try center. Right. This is where it's gonna get tricky. I think we have to do right auto and left auto. I have no idea. Okay, that didn't work. You know, honestly though, that's not the worst location. I do kind of feel like I made it worse though. Oops. Okay. What did I do here? Let's remove that. Interesting website. What's the goal/idea here? Nice. Thank you. Thank you. It's an AI that lets you create circuit boards. So basically, the circuit boards are written with web tools, but okay, I feel like I lost somehow. Okay, SM. Okay, there we go. Bottom 0, top 0. Okay, okay. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh. Got to remove top auto. Top auto is not our friend. I don't know what that does, but it's not our friend. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. It's showing up there where you cannot miss it. It's kind of in the way. I'm rolling with it. I don't care. I don't care. It's more noticeable. That's pretty unique. Good luck. I'll be here to watch your development from now on. Well, glad to have you here. Top right was really nice, but it's up to you. All right, we'll keep top right. Yeah, for Hero Maria, basically you can type something like blinking LED, and then an AI generates React code that compiles to a circuit board. This is not going to pass. It's too big of a board. Oh. Yeah, it failed. Cannot get global schematic position. LED pin 1 has no matched PCB position. That's because this doesn't have a footprint. So we can try to fix this. Let's see if it works. Nope. More render errors. Failed to route. Let's remove some traces for now, which should... Yeah, there we go. So there's no traces, but you can get this kind of circuit board. What's the chance of incorrect output? We're going to be benchmarking. I mean, assuming, you know, I'm going to go till my endurance runs out / I get hungry, but assuming we're still doing this in 30 minutes, we will be benchmarking to see how often it's correct, and we'll try to make sure that it always produces simple boards like the board I just said, always correctly. So we're going to do a pattern. Nobody really talks about patterns in AI system design right now, but we're going to be doing a pattern that I think of as like select an expert pattern. So based on what the user says, we're going to select it based on what the user says and anything they click. If we have any forms or whatever, we're going to pick a prompt that is the best expert for them. So for example, if you're like, oh, I want like a flashlight that connects with USB, or like, I don't know, like a microscope. I want to make a microscope that connects with USB and sends camera output. We'll have a prompt that is like, specializes in USB and camera outputs. So thank you. Thank you. Hopefully it works. I think it will, if we just have rigor. It just takes a lot. Like if we define enough experts, I think it can work, and we fix all the bugs. There's just tons of bugs. The bugs are more obvious than ever, but I do think it'll work. Okay, so we added the snippet title up here, but this looks bad, so let's fix that. Got a little distracted for a moment. So we're going to do BG white. I like to, whenever I do, so BG white will make it look like this, give it a little bit of a white background. I'm just going to tweak this until it looks somewhat decent. I'm going to give it a border 2, a little bit of a thick border gray 200, a little bit darker. I don't like how thick that border is. No, I don't like how dark the border is. All right, we're somewhere. Let's make that text tiny. How do we show... How do we show this in other places? I kind of like this blue bold text. I don't know why, but it's like very obvious to me that it's a name. It's just GitHub. I just got GitHub on my brain. So maybe we do blue and we give a little bit of a separation here for that. And then yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I want the design to be. I don't want to get too creative here. Let's give some margin under this guy. Oops. Accidentally got rid of it. So that's another problem is like when I refreshed, it went away. Even though the snippet was saved. So we have to add the snippet ID to the URL. So we might as well do that. So if you hit save snippet, we're going to add a parameter to the URL. So add snippet ID equals snippet snippet dot snippet ID to the URL. Is that the best way to do that? No, that's not the best way to do that. AI, let's try that. Some dude looking at the Anthropic data is going to be like, why did this guy keep asking for the same 2-word phrase? Okay, so save. It shows up over here. It's now in the URL. So if I refresh, it shows up again. So instead of submit a prompt to get started, also now I don't like, this needs to, why is that margin so bad now? It's literally set to margin top. Okay, so real quick, if we have snippet to edit, and then if we don't have a snippet, we'll say get started. But this I do not get. Margin top 30. I don't understand that. That's not 30. Wait, yeah, what is going on here? Viewport height. Submit prompts. MT30VH. Does that unit not work? Let me see if there's a built-in I can use. But I feel like that should work. Can I do that? Oh. I feel like it worked before I had this. Yeah, so what the heck? Can I do padding? Will it work with padding? Okay, apparently it works with padding. I don't know, I'm not going to think about it too hard. That looks fine. We're going to make this text blue. I always thought this was funny. If intuitively on GitHub, if you click, like, why would you click? Like, you click the name of this and it goes to the same page, right? And so you might think that you shouldn't have a button here, but they still do it. They still like make it look clickable and everything, because it's obvious that you can copy that link to like share it or something, or at least that's how I reason about it. So it's still a really good idea to have it be a link even if it's really obvious. That's my takeaway. Mileage may vary. We'll use link from Wouter. I'm using Wouter and Vite for this project. Let's see. Snippets. Where does this go? This is going to go to the owner. Snippet.owner name. And then this slash. We'll say px 0.5. And then I like to fade it a little bit. So text gray 500, something like that. The unscoped name is also going to be a hyperlink. Whoops. It's not really nailing the URL though. Should just be snippet name. Silly AI. Okay. Oh, it's not highlighted. So I guess I gotta do a little bit of manual styling. So we'll say text blue 500, 600. Okay. A little bit of font, like a semi-bold or something like that, just like GitHub. All right, looks linkable. Okay. I just had an idea that this open an editor button could actually go inside of here because... And then save snippet is kind of like the only thing you can do. I like that a lot more. Okay, so open in editor, because it makes it clear that open in editor is actually going to do a save. But that does mean we're going to remove this button from the AI, or to shove it into the AI chat interface. Snippet ID, stringer undefined. Noise, font needs to be a bit bold. Glad you agree. Also, if you hover, it should probably underline. If we want to get a real, you know, be real cool kids. Like that. Love it when me and AI have the same thought. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. So obvious that it's a link. We do love it when it's obvious. I think this guy also needs a little bit of a shadow. Tailwind shadows are so funny to me because I can never see them. They're so subtle. Maybe not that much. Shadow medium? Nah, that's too much. Shadow small. What else are you streaming on, or is it just here? This streams to YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Yeah. And probably more in the future. By the way, for anybody new, blog.tscircuit.com. We have an article called Build Electronics with TypeScript and React for Hacktoberfest 2024. And we have a bunch of repos and hundreds of issues. One of the things we're doing is building the largest data set of schematic symbols. So these are defined in a combination of like TypeScript and JSON. So this is a data set that people can use to build schematic editors, and it is the first permissively licensed data set. So most of the symbols today, you can't like use them because they're not licensed properly. So we're doing it right. Yeah, that repo has like 20 contributors already. Also, to make it even more enticing, we track contributions automatically, and then an AI scores your contributions into major, minor, and tiny. And every Wednesday we have a big contributor meeting and we like give high fives and you can win a hat. Okay, that's my self promotion. We are gonna add that button over here. My personal trick, and nobody seems to do this, and I don't know why, but I just like to add a flex grow element for like the center of things. Ooh, I broke something. Hold on. Said react. Open an editor. Okay, that button is too big. So we will... Ooh, small is actually the smallest you can get. Small, yeah. Might have to do some custom styling here. Or we could just make it bigger. I don't know. If that's the only button, I guess it could be better, bigger, and I wouldn't really care. I really like this idea. I will check the repo and see if there's anything I can contribute into, and we'll be happy to do so. Amazing job. Thank you. Yeah, looking forward to possibly seeing your contribution. I guess one thing I'll say is that blog post has video tutorials for contributing to some repos, especially the schematic symbols repo, Footprinter, some of our major projects. So I would definitely check out those videos. I also rank the repos from easiest to hardest. So it should be inviting. Let's align center. This project, the one I'm working on right now, has tons of bugs. I just haven't filed that many. I've only filed like 10. But if you're feeling ambitious, this is a pretty good project too. All right. Do I want to make this text bigger? I think I have to because of the button. So we're going to make the text size small. And we're going to give some padding on the left. Yeah. And then I don't like this double border situation, so I'm going to see if I can remove the border there. Just kind of futzing around. That doesn't look good. So we can make the border more subtle. Whenever I have a shadow, I like to add a border, a tiny border, just to accentuate the shadow. Instead of just having the shadow. So let's do this, but let's remove that outline from the button. So we'll do the ghost variant of the button. That's a ShadCN thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, good enough. So now I can hit open in editor and I can jump over the editor. Then we're going to have an open in AI button that allows us to go check this out in the AI. So that should be pretty easy to add. So we will do that. I think we can just do that now. By the way, one of the things I love about AI with code editing is you can edit code on mobile way easier. So from my cell phone, I'm always editing code now. And I think that's because it's just so easy. This header, we also want to do the same thing. So I might break out this kind of setup with the links into like, you know, like I'll just have a snippet link component. And sure, it can take a snippet. Let's see if we can do that. And then maybe we can allow that to like let people customize the size, because this is just super annoying to have to do over and over. There's so many links to snippets. Okay. And then something I like to do is instead of giving the full snippet type, I like to just give the properties I use. So that's easier in cases where you want to test this out and not give it useless properties. So it's kind of like a dependency injection pattern. It's very similar to a dependency injection pattern. Okay, cool. So now we can use this up here. So I believe that element is called code in preview. And then we have editor nav. And then We should have snippet name. Yeah, there it is. So we'll replace this with snippet link. See if we can make that a little better. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good by default actually. So yeah, we can basically just keep that. We definitely want to check for unsafe changes in the future, but that's fine for now. I don't like how many lines there are on this page. Just a random thought. We got a lot of lines, but I'll deal with that later. Edit with AI, that button doesn't work. That can very easily work now. And then we want an edit an AI button up here, so we'll add that really quickly. That's super easy to add now. So save, I guess. What's the best place for this? Maybe over here on this side. I don't know. I'm really just shoving buttons into this header with reckless abandon. I feel like these buttons really shouldn't have borders. I feel like it would look better if these buttons didn't have borders. I'm going to try that out in a second. Okay. Edit with AI. Yeah, like if they were all kind of like just like that. I don't know. I think there's a variant of a button that doesn't have an outline. Secondary. Maybe that's the right one. Edit with AI for all of these. I don't know. Looks weird. I feel like public could get away with ghost. That looks fine. Copy URL. Let's see. I don't know. Just kind of playing with it. This whole design is a little bit mucky. You know, I don't mind that one either. I guess it's the AI or the icon that really makes it work. If you have an icon, it's pretty clearly a button, and if you don't, it's not. What's a good AI icon? Sparkles. Cool. The download button is the only holdout with this outline, so let's take a look at that. Div button ghost. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Now the spacing looks a little bit too much. Like there's too much spacing between these buttons. Spacing is everything. Okay. We're going to just set space to 1. Yeah. And then these guys, for some reason, I don't know how this happened, but they lost some of their top padding. I don't know what's going on. Oh, H6. It's because of this H6 thing. Let's get rid of that. I don't know. I probably added that for a reason, but it doesn't look good now. Or maybe the AI added it. You never know. You never know. Okay, feels pretty good to me. There's still H6 here. Looks like the icon had it, so maybe they all added it because the icon had it, but I don't even like how that icon is. Yeah, I like buttons that are easy to press. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it better. All right, so edit with AI. This should go to the AI page. So let's do that. /AI, snippet ID, snippet ID. All right. Navigate is not defined, so we got to define that up here. Yep, there we go. I love Wouter. This is my first project with it, but it's great. No complaints. Cool. When you switch pages, if you didn't save, it's not gonna work well. So we want to disable it unless you've saved. So let's see. Best way to do that. Disabled is equal to has unsaved changes or is saving. Okay, so if I go over here and I hit this, edit with AI gets disabled, and until I save, it's not gonna be possible. Good. The save button is kind of the odd man out with its styling, but I'm just gonna leave it for now. We will deal with that in time. We kind of want the same thing here, where if the snippet content doesn't match the code, we want to disable the open in editor. So we'll do that on the AI page just to make sure people don't lose changes. Has unsaved changes is equal to snippet code, not equal to code. And then we want to disable the open in editor button. Where is it? Is it inside of here? Has unsaved changes. It definitely is a little bit annoying to have to drag that prop around, but open in editor. There we go. Okay. So in theory now, if I say something like add a power port, which doesn't know how to do. I have no idea what it would do for that. Oh, that's actually a pretty good solution. Wow. Pretty impressed with that. Anyway, open in editor is disabled. That's a really good solution though. And even the placement is good. I'm pretty impressed with that. Anyway, we save snippet. Now we can open an editor and we have our power port. All right, so we're coming together. We're almost acting as a cohesive tool. This edit with AI button doesn't work as I click around here. So let's fix that. I guess there's two of them. Edit with AI. Can I put like on click here? On click. Oh, I can do a hyperreference. Okay, cool. I'm gonna add not implemented. True. Can I do? How does this work? This maps to these things, and then it adds the href. Say on click item dot not implemented, and we're gonna have a toast come up. So we do toast. Yeah, something like that, like a toast.error. So we'll do that in a second. Not implemented. That way people just like understand that it's generally good if your buttons do something. Okay. Cool. So we're going to pop up a toast, but I forget how to do a toast. Shoot. That's not it. Use toast. Okay, that might be it. Why does this have so many properties? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The blank menu is not implemented. Help us out. Maybe that's good. I don't know. Okay, I apparently cannot do... maybe I can give it... If I do it like this. Div. Maybe? Okay, cool. So it worked, but I do need to give this class name stuff because I didn't put in link styling by default, which I should absolutely do. Text blue, hover, underline. Check out our GitHub. Font semi-bold. I think we'll do it. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Iframes don't work. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. This is pretty good. We should definitely ship this. I think that's a good amount of work. Oh, and I spent 9 cents on my AI, so I was spending money. Pretty happy with that though. The sweat conditions in here have increased, so I will slowly begin to eat food. Many fixes and enhancements for AI chat. Honestly, an AI generated commit message would probably be better. I can always choose between having an AI generated and link improvements. I can always choose. I have an alias on my system and it'll generate a commit, but a lot of times I don't like it. I don't like the AI commits. They tend to be too simple, too basic, sometimes misleading. It's better to have a bad commit than a misleading commit, I think. All right. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff done. Anything on the registry side, on the back end we did here? I don't think so. Oh, I got something here. What's this? Just removal of a comment. Remove comments. Okay. At some point, I'm going to create a custom keyboard. I'm going to try to do it using this tool. So I'll probably do prompt benchmarking and some custom keyboard stuff tonight/tomorrow, but pretty happy with this. I think prompt benchmarking is going to dramatically improve it. I mean, it's only going to get like twice as good, at least monthly from this point on. So I think we're in a pretty good place. If you do snippets, I'm going to try to keep a view on all the snippets. So I'll check out snippets if people actually do implement things. But, and they should appear on the newest page, I guess, on the production side. So I will stay tuned for that. But otherwise, I'm merging this in. Have fun. Check out blog.tscircuit.com if you would like to participate in Hacktoberfest. Blog.tscircuit.com. Yeah,